Alrighty, we've got Nativ versus Enten for the Drop Zone BFC tournament. I'm still not really that familiar with the camera controls, so bear with me while we get started here. We got a few seconds before it starts. I've played Nativ before in the tournament. I know they're a really strong team. I recognize pretty much everybody on their team other than one player. I'm not really that familiar with Enten, so we're gonna have to see how this goes. What we do know is that the first drop pod's gonna be here in the middle. So let's see what happens. There's the good luck, have fun's coming from Nativ. And here we go. I'm gonna start free cam here and then we'll go to some individual players. See how everybody splits up here. Got three players just going straight for the pod. Looks like they're going for a quick cap. Nativ seems to be playing it slower here. They're not really pushing out right now. Looks like they're gonna try and get some picks before they push out. But the thing is, Enten's got a really good setup here now. A couple of Nativ players kind of try to push in, and they get quickly taken out. Just all 5 Enten players are right here waiting for them. We've got 2 Nativ players trying to flank on the left, another spawned over there, and there's one still in their spawn, but they're getting taken out by the guy camping here in the corner with a shotgun. Felvine gets a nice, oh, we apparently have a scattergun? So I don't know if they're going to restart or just keep playing, but looks like somebody on the other team is using a scattergun. Luckily they get a recap there. You get a nice shield cap. Nobody was there to cover that pod. But they're gonna easily probably recap this. Let's move in here. Who's using a scattergun? That's not a scattergun. What's the way to just switch between players? Is there an easy way to do it? Oh, it looks like they're calling for a restart. Looks like I have to pick individual players to see who's got a scattergun. I'm not seeing a scattergun. Yeah, nobody's running scattergun, it looks like. That was a shotgun he was using. So, we're currently watching, looks like Screwflix here. Yeah, I thought there was a scattergun. No scattergun. So we're currently still fighting over the first pod. And let's back up here a little bit. Looks like Nativ's going to recap it. Actually, I switched. Blue is now Enten. That's weird. I guess if you spectate players, you end up being blue for whichever team you spectated last. So that's going to get a little confusing if I keep switching which team I'm looking at. We got all the Nativ players back up. They're pushing in together. Enten's spread out near the pod. We got 2 players jumping in to cap with shields. Yeah, they're going to easily recap that. I mean, unless they had 2 cyclers that were easily going to get a kill there, that pod was going to get capped. So they did reset it, but I mean, they're just buying time. They really need to get a good, solid, strong push here, because they haven't managed to kill all of the Enten players yet as they've defended. They've got a lot of players in these back little hangar areas back here, kind of just hiding, playing the waiting game. Evil gets a double kill with the pulse cannon there. That's nice. And the second drop pod actually comes in. Looks like Enten's going to claim the first pod. They had somebody go for it right at the last second, but wasn't quite good enough. This is kind of unfortunate for Nativ because the second drop pod dropped right next to where the other one was, and Enten already kind of had a good setup. Although it looks like they're kind of spread out at the moment. They don't have a good defense setup. Let's switch over to Chili here, who's camping the corner, waiting for Nativ players. Oh, he gets taken out there. Let's switch to Olqui here, who took out Chili there. He's going to cap the pod, get taken out, but he did claim that pod. We still really need to get a good solid push in here, because they haven't managed to clear the Enten players out. They keep capping the pod, but they're not getting all of the Enten players down and able to set up a defense. So we got 1 player on each side of the corridor where Nativ is spawning, and looks like we got some more Nativ spawning back at the rebel spawn. Hopefully they can get in here, get a couple picks, and cap this pod. They need to go in now though, they don't have much time left. Looks like Nerver's gonna go for it. Hopefully he won't get cyclered, and he gets it. And we gotta have a good follow-up there by Octavier? Yep, Octavier helping his teammate out there. We got 2 Enten players left, and 2... Oh. They can actually... Oh, they're doing a good job clearing these guys out. They are going to get control of the mid here. Turn this around. Question is, can Enten get back in here and cap? We got two pushing up right around the corner. That guy's going to get sniped. And we've got Rotten here just camping around the corner, but it doesn't look like they've got enough time. They didn't really get good spawns. We had a couple players spawn here, but they couldn't do much there by themselves. So Nativ's going to claim the second pod of the game. Looks like our third pod's actually going to spawn over here in the big wide open area, so let's go ahead and move over there. Nativ has the favored position to claim this pod, but nobody's really gone for it yet. Looks like Olqui's looking for a player over here. Evil's over there. Kind of duking it out. Luckily he's got backup, so maybe they can contest this. Felvine's actually going to just flank him and take him out. So we've got Nativ control on this third drop pod. Looks like Enten is spawning way over here. They're going to flank, luckily. Although Octavia is doing a good job holding mid here, along with Sedukes. But it looks like they're probably going to get taken out. So now they've got a good flank, and they can pinch here. Let's switch over to Chili. If it'll let me select him. He's pushing in to get the claim, although his shield just dropped, so he is not going to get it, unfortunately. But we've still got 3 Enten up. He's doing a good job. There's only one player left. If he's got a shield up, let's actually switch his view. Nope, he doesn't have shield, so he's going to have to take this player out. But luckily his teammates come in as the follow-up, and they're going to get a claim on this pod. Oh, they didn't claim that pod. I could have sworn they were going to get that. That's unfortunate. So Nativ claims pod number 3. Looks like next pod is all the way on the opposite side. There were some Nativ players over there, but they kind of got flanked and taken out really quickly, so Enten's going to get a good setup here. Nativ spawning all the way on the other side of the map. Let's switch over to Rotten here, who's holding down the middle of the map. All the Nativ are pretty much pushing through mid right now. Let's see how this defense goes. We got 3 Nativ on the right side. He sees a couple of them. He gets taken out by Felvine, who's pushing up towards the drop pod here. We've got 3 Enten parked inside the room here. I can't really get a good view in here. Let's actually switch to Chili for a second, who's holding next to the pod. And here comes the shield rush. At first, shield gets dropped really quickly, but it looks like they waste their cyclers actually on the first guy that ran in, but they actually did manage to take out all those other players with some nice melees. But there we go, Felvine with that heroic save on the drop pod. And they're going to clean up Enten here. We got 4, 5 Nativ here, all on the pod. Perfect. That's what they want. Enten's actually spawned really close in this side spawn room. If Nativ doesn't block that spawn, it's actually really hard to hold this drop pod, because they can just keep spawning right there and pushing in. Now let's switch here to Nerver's view, who's right on the pod. Got a shotgun. 3 health. They're so close to claiming it. Looks like Rotten's probably going to go for it. Although I think he's the one that doesn't have shield. So he's probably not going to be able to claim it here. And Nativ claim pod number 3. Sorry, I keep switching which team is which color, unfortunately. Alright, let's go back in free cam here and find our 4th pod, which is right next to Enten, so hopefully they're going to get a good solid defense here, and hopefully claim pod number 5. They're a little spread out at the moment, but that's okay. Their teammates that aren't near the pod are kind of just slowing Nativ down on pushing across the map, and hopefully they could partner spawn on their teammates, but they actually get taken out here by Octavia. Just sneaking up on them, taking them out. So Nativ now has control of this pod again. They've got a good solid defense here set up, covering this middle hallway, which is really the only good strong push point for Enten. They've got these side rooms, but I don't think anybody's pushing. Looks like Evil's going around, but it's going to take him quite a while. The pod's about halfway done. Can Nerver do it? Can he hold this defense? Actually switch to Olqui, who's right on this corner with about 3 Enten players. One of them's actually flanked behind him right now, and it's actually going to kill him. We're actually going to switch over to Evil, who's trying to claim this pod. He doesn't have shield, so it looks like his buddy's going to hop on it. But his buddy gets taken out, and that turret takes Evil out. If that turret hadn't killed him, I think they would have saved that pod. That turret was a hero. So it looks like I just defeated a hero, but it was actually Felvine. But Nativ right here in the middle of the map, set up for the last pod of the game for them. Enten all has spawned across from them near the pod. Pushing across middle, one's going to jump up top, gets quickly taken out there. Here comes number 2, also gets taken out. They're just kind of going in one by one right now, so here goes the third player jumping in by himself, but he didn't go all the way like in the middle here like the other guys did. Just quickly got sniped out of the air. So it looks like Nativ's got a solid defense here. I don't know. We got Evil here on the side. I know he's got a shotgun, so he has to get really close if he wants a chance to take those players out. They're actually going to get flanked by Chili here. Can he get the last kill and claim it? Oh, he couldn't claim it. And that's going to be GG. First game is going to go to Nativ. I'm not sure what the next map's actually going to be, so we're going to have to find out. I'm not even sure who picked that map. I think Enten might have hosted that map. So it's probably Nativ's pick next.